Continuum. As a TV show, you're either familiar with it or you've never heard of it. My wife and I found it on Netflix when we were scrolling through trying to find something new to watch because we had just finished our previous show, and we stumbled on Continuum. I'll say at the outset, not one of my favorite shows that I've ever seen. I actually found myself falling asleep during a lot of the episodes. It's a little bit slow moving at times. And really, that's not even the issue because I can handle a slow-moving show as long as I feel connected to the story and the characters, and I did not in this one. It didn't do it for me. I wanted to like it. It had all the ingredients, all the elements that made me think I would love it. So there's time travel. It's kind of a science fiction type futuristic show. And, you know, they cast people that were attractive people, but in the end, the storyline just wasn't tight enough and the acting wasn't good enough. Everything just was kind of subpar, like a discount version of a better show. Produced in Canada, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. A lot of fantastic shows like Psych are produced in Canada, or were produced in Canada. But this one just never felt like a big budget, well acted, well written show. It just wasn't cohesive. It never came together. So here's a basic premise. If I haven't dissuaded you yet, then maybe this will, or maybe this will make you want to give it a shot, and I respect that. Law enforcement officer from the year 2077 is present for the execution of a group of terrorists. And right before the execution is set to take place, she notices that something is amiss. She runs into the chamber to try to interrupt what's happening, and she and all the terrorists get sent back to our present day. It's kind of, from that point, it's like a fish out of water story. She and the terrorists kind of part ways and agree to stay out of each other's way at first, but she's still like extremely dedicated to her job and wants to hunt these guys down. And she partners with the local police force, the Vancouver Police Department, and yeah, she tries to maintain her cover, but she has all this futuristic technology. She has like this special suit that can shock people, and she can, turn on an invisibility cloaking device, basically. So it's hard for her to hide some of these things as time goes on, and she has to clue other people into it. In the meantime, she wants to get back to her time because they don't belong here. You can understand some of her motivations, and it would have been good if that was it, but they tried to do too much. No one storyline was compelling enough, so they kept layering on new things. And in the end, it felt disjointed. It didn't really make sense. There's this group of people, almost like the Knights Templar, who are out there watching for time travelers and trying to stop them from disrupting timelines and altering the future. There are people from an alternate reality, like an alternate universe, who also come back to the past to try to change the course of history. In the meantime, she's fighting these terrorists from the future. So there's a lot of different things going on. One of my biggest gripes, which when done correctly can actually be really compelling and make for a great show, they don't pull off here, which is this duality of character. So there's no clear good guy, there's no clear bad guy. Every character in the show, at some point, you think of them as a good person, and then they do something or change their core personality and do something bad or devious or, unethical or whatever. And so there's no one, by the end of the show, there's no one that you can cheer for as the hero of the story. And that was disappointing. I think that was my single biggest complaint about this show. That and like the acting, the storyline, everything was kind of flat. Nothing really ever took off. And I watched all 4 seasons of this, and I kept waiting for it to get good, and it never was. So if you made it to this point in the video, check out something else. Go watch Psych, a much better show, kind of similar. Go watch Person of Interest, much better show, kind of similar. There are better things out there that are more uplifting and more fulfilling and rewarding and better acted and better produced, etc. So, meh. Now, if you are a fan of Continuum and you got to this point and you disagree with me, leave your comments in the section below. I'd love to know why you like Continuum. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed the point of the show. And I'd love to be corrected. So leave your comments below. Over here, subscribe to this channel by clicking right here. And then on this side, check out some of the other videos that I've made. Thanks.